Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here and I welcome you all to an amazing video wherein I'm going to summarize the Aeroflex Industries IPO. Now why am I doing this video? Because the entire RHP of Aeroflex Industries is only a 444-page document. So all the best if you want to go through that word by word. If you want, you can definitely do that. That will be an absolute in-depth analysis, or possibility number 2 can be at least understand about the summary of this entire IPO. So without any further ado, let's get started. So now let's understand about the entire companies, what does the company do to kickstart with, and the whole video is totally based on the RHP like I mentioned in the beginning part of the video. So the company is a manufacturer and supplier of environment friendly metallic flexible flow solutions catering to global as well as domestic markets, and I'm sure you have understood nothing. So now what we are going to do, we'll just try and break this sentence one by one. Okay, what does the company do? The company is a manufacturer, so they manufacture, and they are also a supplier. So they manufacture, they supply what? Environment friendly metallic. So environment friendly, okay, but environment friendly what? Metallic flexible flow solutions. Now this is a bit tricky to understand. What do we mean by metallic flexible flow solutions? Now if you look at certain images, it will be easier for you to understand. Have a look at these images. Oh, okay. So number one, we understood that they are made out of metal. But which metal? These products are made up of either stainless steel or they are made up of bronze. Okay, so metallic also we understood, either stainless steel or bronze. But what is that flexible flow solution? What flows through that? What could flow? It could be any substance which is air, liquid or solid. Okay, so solid, liquid, gaseous, any substance can flow through that. In simple word, it is nothing but like a pipe that they are making. But which pipe? It's a metallic pipe. It's an environmental friendly pipe that they are making. So pipe I'm saying just for easy understanding. By the images also you might have understood this. And why are we saying flexible? Because if you have a look at this one, see this is actually something like a pipe which is coiled up. So is it a flexible pipe? Answer is obviously yes. So I hope you have understood that in simple words, they are making something like a pipe, like a hose basically. Okay, it is made up of metal, and what passes through such hoses? It could be anything like air, liquid or gases. Now in the next section of the video, we have to understand that which industries is this used in. So for that, let's go to this image. Well, like you can see on the screen, the various industry or sector to which their product caters to ranges from steel, oil and gas, refineries, fire sprinklers and firefighting, chemicals, petrochemicals, mining, metals, solar and few others. And you can also see how much revenue does the industry, each industry basically contribute to the revenue of this company. Well, now that you have understood about the products of the company and you have also understood about which industries do they cater to, just want to add up 2-3 more points before we move on to the promoters information. So this company has more than 1700 product SKUs. SKU is basically a stock keeping unit. Okay, so more than 1700 SKUs, and they export to more than 80 countries including Europe, USA and others. But which countries and how much is the split between exports and domestic sale? For that, have a look at this chart. Now if you see here, in fiscal 2023, 81% of the total revenue is from exports and only balance barely 19-20% is from domestic, right? Now if you see, the top contributor for them is USA, where they export 28%. So contribution basically is 28%. Second highest is UAE with 7%, Italy 4%, la la la, it goes on. So I hope you have understood that the sale is not only in India, it is also exports, and exports in fact contribute to a major chunk, which is 81%. Now let's talk about the promoters of this company. SAT Industries is one of their major promoters. Okay. Now SAT Industries is a listed company, and in fact they actively invest in startups which have disruptive and innovative business models. Now if I talk about SAT Industries, they have two subsidiaries. Which two subsidiaries? One is Saha Polymers and one is Aeroflex Industries Limited. Saha Polymers is also a listed company, and what do? They manufacture and export PP woven bags, box bags, BOPP laminated bags, flexible intermediate bulk containers. And the second one, which we are summarizing right now, which is Aeroflex Industries Limited. Now going back to SAT Industries, in fact they have a history of successful acquisitions and even transforming these companies, scaling them up and generating returns for the shareholders. Now in fact before they acquired Aeroflex, Aeroflex was one of the willful defaulters. But after they acquired this company, SAT Industries was not only able to revive it, but they also scaled it up. They paid off all the pending dues and also made it profitable. As on the reporting period of RHP, Aeroflex has not been declared as a willful defaulter by any bank or any financial institution, or in fact for or any other lender for that matter. Now let's try and understand about the educational qualification and experience of the directors. The managing director and the chairperson of the company is Mr. Asad Daud. He holds the bachelor's degree in accounting and finance from HR College of Commerce and Economics, Mumbai, and he holds a master's degree in accounts and finance from London School of Economics. He has over 12 years of experience in manufacturing industry, and in fact he has played an instrumental role in expanding the domestic and foreign operations of this company. Second person whom we are going to talk about is Mr. Mustafa Abid Kachwala, and he's the whole-time director of this company. He holds a bachelor's degree in commerce from Mumbai University. He has worked with Akbar Alai's Pharma Vet division in Mumbai from 1986 to 2004, and in 2010 he got associated with Aeroflex Industries, and he was redesignated as a CFO from 28th November 2022. Now let's start with the industry overview. Now the product that the company makes, they find applications not only in the commercial fields but also in residential field. Okay, what company has done, they have bifurcated their hoses into two types. Number one is stainless steel flexible hoses, and second one is stainless steel corrugated hoses. Now company again in the RHP has given the industry analysis based on these two bifurcations only, and for that have a look at this chart. This talks about the global market size of two types of hoses. Like we mentioned right now, one is stainless steel flexible hoses, the second one is stainless steel corrugated hoses. In 2020, the global market size of flexible hoses was $25 billion, and it is expected to go up to $38 billion. And if I'm talking about stainless steel corrugated hoses, it was at $13 billion, and it is expected to go to $18 billion. If you just try and calculate the CAGR in both these categories, in flexible hoses as well as corrugated hoses, that will come around 7.5% and 6.3% respectively. Now traditionally, if I'm talking about these solutions, flexible flow solutions which are made up of stainless steel, then they used to find the demand from traditional sectors, something like manufacturing, it could be automotive, it could be oil and gas, HVAC, right? But now it is expected that the upcoming sectors or the emerging sectors may also start demanding this product. Now which could be these different sectors? It could be renewable, it could be lithium ion battery management, semiconductor manufacturing, it could also be about robotics, which could include industrial robots and drones as well. Now let's summarize the financials of the company. First and foremost, let's start with the revenue. Revenue, if you see that their domestic sales have gone up from 27.65 to 52.28, that comes to a CAGR of around 37.49%, and exports have also grown at 36.17% CAGR. Now if you check out the EBITDA has gone up from 22.34 to 54.03, and that has gone up at a CAGR of 55.54%, and even the overall EBITDA margins, they have gone up from 15.43% to 20.05%. If you have a look at PAT has gone up from 6.01 to 30.15, and that translates to a CAGR of 123.97%. Even their ROCE and ROE as at the latest financial year comes to 31.91% and 26.43%. But if you check out the CFO, that is cash flow from operations, that has gone down from 12.09 to 3.79, and like I mentioned, all these numbers were in rupees crores. Okay. Now let's move on to the key risks of the company. Like I discussed a few minutes ago, the major revenue from the company comes from exports. That was almost 80-81%. And from that also, USA specifically constituted almost 28% of the total revenue as at FY 22-23. That is based on the export, that is based on sales. Now what about purchases? Now raw material that is procured, out of the total raw material purchased, 43.48% was imported from China. Now you will say, what is the problem with exports or what is the problem with imports? Problem could be that a substantial portion of this, because it is coming from outside India, if there is any adverse situation, something like social, political, economic development, some civil disruption, changes in the policies of the state government, local government, it could have an adverse effect on the business operations, financial condition, cash flows, and even the future business prospects of the company. There is one more risk which has again been mentioned in the red herring prospectus, and the company says that they are unable to trace the copies of school certificate, college certificate, or documents pertaining to the educational qualifications and work experience of the CFO and the whole-time director, Mr. Mustafa Abid Kachwala. Out of the strengths of the company which have been highlighted in the RHP of the company, let us discuss two. One is high entry barrier. Now the company is building modern manufacturing infrastructure. They are into complex research and development. They are into different product applications. They require necessary technical expertise. Precision is involved. It's a lengthy and stringent customer qualification process, mostly in the defense sector. These are some of the entry barriers which have been mentioned in the prospectus of the company. Also, as per the RHP, the company has no listed peers with advanced manufacturing facility and R&D infrastructure. So, after you have understood this point, let us move on with the IPO details, and for that, let's move on to Chittorgarh website. Now, if you have a look at this Aeroflex Industries IPO details, here you can see that the price band is 102 rupees to 108 rupees. Lot size is 130 shares, and out of the total issue, it is a split. There is a fresh issue as well as OFS. I have told you many times, fresh issue is basically the proceeds go to the company, whereas for OFS, the proceeds will go to the promoters who are the selling promoters. Okay. Now, this is going to be listed both on BSE as well as NSE. Now, if you have a look at this, this entire point talks about what will be the minimum application size for retail individual investors, for small high net worth individual investors, as well as big high net worth individual investors. If you have a look at this, you can find out the IPO open date and IPO close date, but there have been certain marquee investors like Ashish Kacholia and Vikas Khemani who have already bought stakes in the company at a pre-IPO stage, right? Now, for those who want to invest in the IPO open date is 22nd August 2023, that is a Tuesday, and will close on Thursday, that is 24th August 2023. Listing date expected is on 1st of September, Friday. And now, if you go on to the objects of the issue. So basically, what are proceeds will be received by the company? How are they going to utilize it? Full or part repayment or prepayment is going to happen for certain secured borrowings. Then they are also going to use this money for funding working capital requirements, and some will be used for the general corporate purposes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this short summary, just a 10 to 15 minutes video, I guess, of a 444-pager RHP document of Aeroflex Industries Limited. Do let me know in the comment section about what you feel about this IPO. And if you did love this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to share this video with all your friends and relatives. And if you want to know more about IPO basics, don't forget to click here as well. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye-bye.